tune into that inner voice because it knows. And I did, and I really listened to that. And this has worked out. So my next story about my life is love and loss. And I found out early what I loved to do. It was a saving grace. But then I lost it all. This whole dream and drive and passion. And I had a child. And my life completely changed. And don't get me wrong, I have two children. I have a 24-year-old son and a 19-year-old daughter, and they're beautiful and amazing. But at that point, I didn't plan on having a family. I planned on, just focusing on myself and building a career and all of this. And so I had to completely stop the whole sailing dream. And for the next 15, 16 years, I never stepped foot in a boat. I had to get a real job. I had to do all the things that a responsible parent has to do. Provide insurance, a home, food, love, security. And my dreams were put on hold. So just a couple messages out of that. One, the pregnancy. You got time, wait. Focus on yourself. Get a good foundation, your education, jobs. Just be really careful with that. Because it can completely, it's amazing and in the right time, but it can completely disrupt your plans and slow you down. The second thing is the message from that I learned was that life is going to throw you some unexpected situations. And in my case, a big detour from my plans. And the message with that is to keep your dreams alive. Even if you go completely off on another course, keep that inner voice and that passion and that dream and that vision alive. Keep cultivating it. Keep growing it in your mind and in your heart. Because when the time is right, it will be there and you can put it into motion. The next story is that I have in my life and how I got to you today is about death. And sorry to be dramatic, but it's really an important turning point in my personal story. When I was about 35-ish years old, I hadn't sailed for 15, 16 years. I was working a suit and tie in the phone business, cellular phone business, with a brand new technology with a company called AT&T, big phone company in America. And so far from the sailing thing. We went on a family holiday, a family sailing trip actually, and my dad pulled me aside and put his arm around me and said that this would be the last time that we would sail together. And that hit me, really, literally hit me like a baseball bat in the face. I was just, my world was blown away. My world as I knew it was blown away. I thought my dad would live forever and he'd be my mentor and my buddy. And I went and found a palm tree, on the beach away from where we were and cried my eyes out uncontrollably for a couple hours. And 2 months later after that trip, I held his hand and he took his last breath and died. And he was only 54 years old. And I'm 50 now. That means he died like 4 years from the age that I am right now. And that was such a huge turning point for me. Because at that time, I felt like I didn't have a perspective on time, much like you do right now. When people say to you, oh, time goes so fast, and you're like, right. But it does. It really does. I didn't have a perspective on time, and when my dad died, I'm like, holy crap, I could die at a young age too. He died of throat cancer from alcohol. Drank too much alcohol. And from that point on, It was a wake-up call. I realized that I wasn't invincible and that I was going to die someday. I realized that I was living a life so far from the life that I had imagined when I was your age, and so full of energy and the high five. The high five seemed so far away, like, oh my God, how did I end up here from there? And about that same time, I read a quotation, or heard a quotation, that goes something like this: live each day as if it were your last day. Live each day as if it were your last day. I kept thinking about that, and it made a lot of sense to me. It really says, you know, that time is your most valuable thing, and don't waste it. You know, do something that's important and of value to you. Something that makes you feel good. At the end of the day, can you say to yourself, my time was well spent today? I feel good about what I accomplished, you know? And for 2 minutes, I started asking myself every morning that I would wake up, is what I'm about to do today something that I really want to do? And for too many days in a row, the answer was no. I was putting the suit and tie on. I was going to meetings about selling cellular phones, and what am I doing? I want that high five feeling back, you know? So at that point, I made some pretty dramatic changes in my life. Health-wise, I quit drinking, quit smoking, and also with my family situation. And they supported me. You know, my wife at the time supported me going off and following my dreams, and my family did well as well. And that was about 13, 14 years ago. From that point on now, I have sailed. I'm living my dreams now. That same vision that started to come together at age 13 is now exactly what I'm doing. In the last 9 years, I've sailed all around the world. I've talked to probably 10,000 high school kids just like you, some with dirt floors and rain coming through the ceilings in Indonesia, and you know, one school that I talked at, the teachers came up to me after and said, we could really use your help building a fence. This was in Komodo, Indonesia. Anybody heard the word Komodo before?
Yeah.
Komodo dragon?
Yes.
This is the home of the Komodo dragon.
Wow.
And I go, why do you need a fence? And she said, because our teachers spend half of their time now teaching, and the other half of the time keeping the dragons from eating the students. These are the kinds of experiences that I've had all around the world. Last August we were at the North Pole. This January we're going to be in Antarctica. And it just keeps getting better. And when I wake up in the morning and ask myself, is what I'm about to do today was come and see you guys. So I said, I don't know. No, it's like, yeah, awesome. You know, I get to share this really great message. Here's the thing. When I was your age, and people would ask me, what are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to do when you grow up? I'm asking you. Do you know? Do you know? What are you going to be when you grow up? I had no idea. I hated that question. I'm like, how should I know what I'm going to be when I grow up, when I'm your age? But here you are, expected to know those answers. You know, you're young adults. You know, in a couple of years, you're going to be driving your own car, paying your own rent, going to school, having a career, and creating your own lives away from family and teachers and on your own. And that's kind of frightening in one sense and exciting in another, but there's a lot of pressures you're dealing with. School, drugs, sex, violence, all of these different things. I know. You guys have it good here. Some of the things I've seen, I spoke in a school in Trinidad Tobago, in Cologne, Panama, just about 3 months ago. And in Cologne, Panama, I went outside, just outside the school, to take some photos. 2 teachers ran it. 25 meters from the school. 3 teachers ran after me and grabbed me and pulled me back, and they said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "What? I'm just taking some pictures of the school." They said, "Somebody will come up to you and shoot you in the head in broad daylight and take your camera." The kids are going to school with armed military guards on every corner to see that they get to school without being abducted. There's a lot that you guys are dealing with at your age, is my point. So how are you expected to know what you're going to do with your future? But you got to, you know? And here's the other message I have for you, or a couple. It's something that I've really come to realize, and we were talking the other day, that this message seems so obvious that it's silly to talk about. But I put myself in your shoes when I was your age with all of those pressures and decisions and shit. I just want to have fun. I wish I would have got this message right here. That your life is literally a blank, like a blank canvas, right? And whatever thought, here it is, it's this simple. Whatever thoughts you have of your life, start to fill in this canvas. And you become those thoughts. It's really that simple. It is that simple. What you think about, you become. And I know that standing in front of you, being 50 years old, because this is all I thought about when I was your age. A life sailing around, everything that I thought about and put on this canvas when I was your age is coming true. So I'm not standing here giving you some blah, blah, blah. No, really. But it's more important than that. The thoughts that you have, you guys, your IT guys back here, it's like computer programming. If you program in garbage, what is it? Garbage in? You don't know that one. Programming. Garbage in, garbage out. The point is, only think the thoughts that you want to have come true. If you think of problems or obstacles or limitations or negative stuff, that's what you're going to get drawn towards. If you refuse to think those things and think of the life that you want, that's what you'll have. Now that's very general, you know, but what you think about, you become. And the more you start to realize that, and you can try it out on this little, day-to-day stuff. Really think about and focus on whatever you want to come through, and you'll move in that direction. But once you become aware of that and really believe in it, you have to be careful, because the negative stuff you'll move towards as well. Be careful what you wish for. Really, be careful what you wish for, because it will come true, no doubt about it. But more importantly, be careful what you don't wish for, because it's not going to happen. I wished for a life like this. I wish, I saw myself doing it, and it came true. Had I not thought about it, had I not dreamed about it, had I not wished for it, I wouldn't be here. It's this simple, to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Somebody has to think about making that peanut butter and jelly sandwich before it gets made, right? Just that simple. You think about it, and you concentrate on it, you keep thinking about it, and you'll move in that direction. You know what I'm saying? We've got some time I really would like to get your feedback on how this applies to your life a little bit here. Yeah?
I would like to say something about what you talked about your sailing career and about your life. Your wish about having a good life or doing something you like, something you love.
Yeah.
I got something to say about that. There's maybe in this room.
What's your name?
Grace.
Grace.
Maybe in this room there's people that don't know me, I don't really care about it, but I like dancing a lot. See, you can actually tell about the others laughing, but not in a bad way.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but a few years ago, I never really had no one how to teach me how to dance.
Yep.
So I taught myself,
Yep.
looking at videos or I don't know, I would just go to an event where they would dance and see how they dance so I can do it too.
Yep.
And so I started dancing. I mean, they obviously criticized me, they insulted me, it was horrible for me. Because since I was small, I mean, now I'm 16 years old, when I was like 13 or 14, they insulted me a lot. But it wasn't good for me, because I really liked dancing, and I really love dancing. Now I have a street dance crew, and we went to a national TV in Santiago. And all those people that talked about me, that criticized me, didn't stop criticizing me. They stopped. And even in the next school is here in the American school, for their school week, one of the activities they had to do was imitate Grace's video. My video.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yeah,
really.
Which is my video, because I had a video, but I accepted it. It's not good because I just wanted to try it out, how it would be, because it was a contest, you know. But I wanted to see how it would be, and I really didn't practice. I mean, I did, but okay, it wasn't good, because I'm really much better now. And they say, okay, imitate Grace's video. And I saw all the videos they did, and it was horrible, because they did it as like mocking me. And I felt really bad.
Grace, you're going to be successful.
I hope I can.
No, here it is. No, 100%. Here's why. I mean, you are sticking to what you love. One of the most important things is to be independent of others' thoughts. Those people next door or people in this room that don't support or see your vision, what they think is of no value to you.
Yeah.
It means nothing. It means nothing. And remember, think about it. Make a conscious decision of what you listen to. It's like you have a choice between radio station A and radio station B when you're driving in your car. Radio station A is all that negative, criticizing, mocking. You could listen to that all day long driving home, or you can listen to the station of the people that are saying, wow, Grace, awesome, keep going. It's a choice, right? It's a choice. But the more you listen and tune in and pay, you know, engage, the more that's going to drag you down.
Yeah.
Just don't even tune it in.
I know. Since I was little, I really didn't know how to like separate the good from the bad. So I just accepted everything was bad. But I kept doing it, like a sort of motivation. Like if they kept saying bad stuff to me, and I don't know, I would keep dancing. But actually, when I got out of school, I would get out of school, I'd go walking home, and girls from the American school, from their window, started calling me I was everything. I wasn't pretty. I mean, it was horrible. They laughed at me.
You know, people can be pretty awful, can't
they? Yeah, they can be awful. And nobody thought I could get to, what's called here, like, Chile's Got Talent, or like, what's famous over there in America, America's Got Talent.
Right.
Britain's Got Talent.
Right.
That TV show I went to.
Amazing.
I went with my crew. I went
with
with my crew.
You have to share that with me. But this, you guys, this is one of your classmates, Grace's story. But this is exactly it. There's a couple things here. You know, she has a unique passion, that's for dancing. Now, her family might want her to be a doctor or a lawyer.
That's what I was going to share. My mom doesn't really, she told me, since I was on TV, I have a lot of events, like on weekends. So I gotta be like, I gotta dance here, I gotta dance to that school, I gotta dance in Puerto Vallarta, which is another city. But she would tell me, no, I think you should study architecture. No, I think you should study medicine because I don't like dancing. I don't like you to do dancing. And I'm like, what? It's something I do. It's something I love to do. And maybe it is true because now they have several choices like architecture, medicine, and engineering or something else. And we have to pick something out of that. But what happens if there is...
Dancing's not one of them.
But what happens if there's a singer? If there is a musician? If there is a dancer?
Yep.
I don't know. And they're not good at that. They're not good at math. They're not good at science.
Yep.
So you don't know what to do.
Yep.
I really have, I do have the opportunity to study dancing. But actually my parents even talked about me, about dancing, about the other careers. And they told me dancing is not going to help you in anything. It's not going to help you.
If I could just give you a couple suggestions. I understand your situation completely. You found something, it's very much like mine. Mine was sailing. And they were like, you're spending all of your time sailing, you'll never get a job, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm with you 100%. A couple comments. And all of you kind of tune into this because each of you have something that you're very interested in. You know, it might not be sailing or dancing, but the comments I'm going to make apply to you. First, always respect the advice that your teachers and your parents and guidance that they're trying to give you, because they want nothing more than, they've got nothing more than your best interest at heart. You know, so respect it, listen to it. A second point. Many times people have to get a regular job to run two courses in life. A regular job, an architect, doctor, lawyer, or whatever, while to provide a foundation, to provide an income, a house, while they're pursuing their other passion. Until their other passion, they can make enough money and fly solo with that as a career, give up the other and start with that old one.
Yeah, they told me dancing, you can do dancing as a hobby, but it wouldn't be the same.
Now here's the other piece I want to share with you. And you're probably already doing this. Dancing is just a very, I don't know anything about dancing, but dancing is a very general topic. And I'll bet you, with some research and talking to people in the industry, that you could come up with a list of about 100 different career opportunities that are related to dancing. And even if you're not the one on the stage, you know, the production, the cinematography, choreography, video, making videos, you know, and so on. There's no question. Look at Hollywood, the entertainment business. It's huge, you know. And not everybody, even if you are not the next Madonna, you could work in the industry and love what you do.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I'm not saying you're not the next Madonna.
That's what I want to do, but I don't really see the support of breast when they should. I mean, so I went to this program, so it's like America's Got Talent. They say, okay, yes, you're in the program. So here they have 250 out of the ones that stayed in the program, but 40 went to the semifinals. But we weren't picked because we weren't that good. But I actually went to Santiago. I stepped on the stage, and I got to see the judges that were there. I actually got to see.
An amazing experience for you.
It's a huge experience because that's when you realize every drop
every
of
hour you put into it.
I mean,
guys, this is. Grace, I'm so glad that you had the courage to share your story and
I
experience.
wanted to share it because I'm kind of...
Because people like you motivate the heck out of me. What scares me, guys, what scares me and what should scare you a little bit right now, or motivate you is a better word. What should motivate you, and if you leave with one thing from this morning, if you don't have something in your life right now that you are crazy passionate about, like Grace does, walk out of this room super motivated to go on a journey to find that.
Before, I wanted to say the last thing I promise. Maybe a lot of people in this room don't like how I dance because maybe I've gotten rumors or maybe told someone to me.
No, don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah,
Not
but
important.
I don't care. But if you want to do something in life, do what you love because it's really gonna help you in your daily life. It's gonna motivate you to keep going. Because if you are a singer and you have to study, I don't know, architecture, and then you say no, I don't want to go to job. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And the idea is not to be unmotivated.
You're exactly right. So just to wrap that up, and then if there's any other questions, the idea is, how do you measure success? How do you measure success? You all want to be successful or live a comfortable life. I think it's how I measure it is not necessarily in a bank account or how fancy your car is or how big your house is. It's in your level of fulfillment. Meaning, do you feel good inside about what you did, or what you did today, or the contribution you've made, or the performance that you gave, or the crew that you organized, or the respect that you gained? Success and real wealth is measured in personal fulfillment. Did I do something good today? Was my time well spent? And the only way to really do that is to consciously choose to do something that you're interested and care about. So my task to you is go out and find your passion like Grace has found hers. Find something that you're super interested in. What are some ways that you can do that? Anybody? Well, the internet's one huge one, But what kind of books do you read? What kind of movies do you watch? What do you Google? I don't know that one. But find something that you're super interested in. Because if you do boring work or just take the first job that comes along, chances are you're going to just make enough money to get by, just enough money to pay your rent, and just go through the motions and be emotionless for the rest of your life. Or you can make a decision to do something that really energizes you. And that's my wish for you, that you all find what that is and that you live a life doing what you love. Because at 50 years old, sailing around the world and having an opportunity to share my experiences with you is very fulfilling. And I hope you get this message much earlier than I did. It took me to about age 35 to kind of crack the code and figure it out. And I really appreciate it. Unless somebody has any other questions. Muchas gracias.